Welcome back to another episode of Penny Helpjes. This is episode 614. Really nice looking, clean, newer type looking or very well preserved penny wrapper. Let's see what we got. Looks like it's more than 50 pennies. Let me see. There's only one way to be sure. Is it one over? No, it's 50 pennies. So the wrapper is also a little smaller than some of the other ones where they have super long ends, and compare the two. Like this can barely can't even cover the hole really. And this one here has a big flap on both sides. So that of course is to save paper. So that's another good indication that your penny wrapper is newer. But that doesn't mean that the pennies inside are newer or that you have less copper, which of course we'll find out right now. We got some copper. I don't know. I don't know if we have 10 copper pennies here or not. But it looks like we should have at least 5 or 6. So that's not too bad. I mean, there are some dark pennies that they look like zinc from the side. So it would definitely confirm, right? One of my theories is that, the older, the how can I put this? The later, right? Someone that there was more copper pennies in circulation. The further back you go, the more pennies in circulation, copper pennies in circulation you'll find. Right? So, I mean, that's kind of common sense, I guess. No close AM. And and that there's a better chance that somebody who has been holding on to their coins for longer, that they will also be using older penny wrappers. Yeah, I probably thought this one was copper. I'll weigh this one. No, I can see the little bumps there. You see them? Little surface bumps. Sure, this look copper from the side. I guess I'll weigh it anyway, just to satisfy our curiosity. $252. All right. And I think it's pretty common knowledge that, for example, the all red maroon penny wrappers. No idea. We have not found one copper penny yet. The old maroon wrappers are pretty known for being like vintage penny wrappers. Not that you can't get them, but it's like, but that they're not being made anymore, to my knowledge, anyway. So the penny wrapper that for this video that I showed at the beginning of the video, you can see how they're trying to be cost effective, and they're making the penny wrapper shorter. And To me, that's really like, you're not even giving enough space to close the penny roll correctly. So I'm not sure. Is this our first copper penny? No. That'd be funny if there's no copper in this. I should have checked. I really thought that one of these down here, that those are copper, which would mean that it just has a lot of newer pennies. But when there's no copper at all, then of course I tend to think that the penny roll has been searched. All right, got 2017 P. I don't think too many people collected 2017 P. And I'll show you a close up the penny before I flip it over. All right. All right, so it is. This is our first copper penny, and we're 60% through the penny roll. But it does confirm that it's not a search through penny roll. It's just the person. This is probably a very recent change dump from somebody. They the pennies were collected within the past year or so, and they got very few copper pennies, and that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing the end result of not having any copper pennies. All right, here goes number 2. All right, so we got 2 copper pennies. Oh, but look at this. Why couldn't you be a small date? So funny how in some of these 82s, Denvers, that they have, it must be all from the same specific die, that they look like they have a little 2 over a big 2. See that right there? And some of them have die clashes. That's a nice copper coin. So we got 3. For whatever reason, they're just heavy towards the end, or bottom heavy. So that's 3, and looks like we might have 1 or 2 more. All right, here goes 1. All right, so that's 4. I started to pick through it. I try to look at all the different components of the coin. The head, the body, the field. And I try to take a quick look at the edge, the third side. Okay, well, this is number 5, right? Yep, copper penny number 5. I can't remember what I said at the beginning of the video. I think I said 5 or 6. So I would have been spot on. What do you think, copper? Nah, it's not copper. You could tell it's not copper. Yeah. Yeah, that might be it for the copper pennies. So, like, if you're out in towards the end of 2025 and you're, still using cash, that's about what you're going to find. About 5 copper pennies per 50 pennies that you get back from, the change machine, Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart. You're going to find about 5 per 50 in 2025. Think about it. 10% copper still in circulation since, let's call it 1982. That's pretty wild. We're talking about what? 43 years. So I think this was the one I thought that might have been another copper penny. It's not. 1989, they stopped repunching mint marks. So on a 1994, it would be impossible to have a repunch mint mark. But it did look kind of interesting. So is the color on it. Yeah, right there. Another 1989. Also a little interesting. No L, but it has that bowl-like shape there. And last but not least, 2005. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, episode 614. Please click like and subscribe if you are so inclined. And I will see you in episode 615.